Oh, hi. I saw this post in Reddit about Stormforge adding a new subscription payment model, and in reading the comments, of course, many people are greatly offended. My position on how private servers make money is pretty laissez-faire. If it works, then it's working for a reason. It, the private server thing, it is the Wild West. This is totally illegal to start with, and it's so to an extent morally it's wrong to start with. So you can't really take a moral high ground. At least I can't. I don't feel you can. Within the game itself, like if they were selling advantages, selling advantages that didn't require somebody to do the work to make it, like, selling gear from scratch or selling a character that's already leveled from scratch that was never leveled, that I take issue with because it kind of it upsets the balance of the game. Excuse me. Here, many people are offended right away because they don't like that model. I mean, we all got to stand for something, and if that's your thing, fine, man. Don't play there. Don't play there. That's fine. I would, I would take offense if it were selling gear or a character, or if I would take a moral high ground if they were to say, for every dollar you donate, we'll club to death a baby seal. That would evoke a moral outrage in me that people seem to feel from this. Or if they supported a terrorist organization with the money you sent them, yeah, then I would take a moral stance on it. This I really can't. I can't see a lot of people wanting to do this. Maybe they would. There is something similar on Tari that's not as in detail as this, and the one on Tari is actually pretty useless. But let's look at the details of this. And I don't have any expertise on any of this. If you have expertise, please feel free to comment and let me know what's going on. This is just my opinion from what I'm seeing. Alright, here's the list of what is included in the subscription. Do not consume reagents. All the reagents were pretty much gone by Kata, weren't they? So that's all of these. Healthy resurrection. No resurrection sickness. Oh, it only lasts a minute. Unlimited Hearthstone. Interesting. There's two flight ones. Instant flight and all fly paths. Bank everywhere. No durability loss. Unlimited racial shift repicks. That one I kind of take a little bit of exception with. Auto spell learning. So basically all of these are, this is all for TBC is what this is. I mean, some of those things might be handy in MOP, which is their other client that they're running right now, but they wouldn't be that big a deal. Auto spell learn, you already have that in MOP. So all these, this is the only problem with these. I'm certain very few people would be interested in this, but let's say if the majority of people wanted to do this, then it would be an issue, because what this is doing in effect is taking out a gold sink. So like if a lot of people did it, then there would be inflation, because there'd be a lot of not extra money, there would be more money on hand to buy things with, so there would be some inflationary reaction to that. But that's just not going to happen. So, it's not like they're selling characters or selling gear. It's not like they're really selling an advantage. I mean, even instant flight. I mean, so you get places faster. If you're doing something with somebody else, you still have to wait for them. So that's not that big a deal. Now, the only problem with this is the gold sink. That's really the only issue. I seriously do not have a problem with this. I don't see many people doing it. Now, when Stormforge releases their second iteration of TBC, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on, especially after looking at what MTech had said in Discord today. Because in Dev, we have TBC Classic, Mop Fixes Legion plus Secret Project. Down there at the bottom, yes, TBC Classic Client, Modern, etc. I mean, you need to explain a lot more than that, than to just casually say these things in Discord. That means they're developing TBC with Blizzard's current Classic client, which would mean upgraded graphics and all that. I mean, that's something you want to sell. You don't just like casually mention this in Discord. I really don't know. I know some people are saying TBC will be next year. So if this is going to be based on the Classic client, they got to do a lot more testing, it's going to take a lot of testing to make sure it's right. Go back and look at that. Plus a secret project. My guess is, now this is what I first thought when I heard Atlantis and Tari were teaming up. The first thing that came to my mind about that was, man, these guys, they could do a progressive X-Pack release, just like what Warmane has done recently. They could have done this. They could have done this a while ago. And as it stands, they could say they're doing a progressive X-Pack release from Vanilla through to Legion. I mean, because even if Legion isn't done now, it'll certainly be done by then. I guess the only catch in that is I don't really know how far they developed Warlords of Draenor. I don't know if they just kind of set it up so you could get through it, like it works, or if they're actually making sure it's perfect. I have no idea. Maybe some of you guys do. But that they could have done that. Really the problem with that is I don't think people really have that kind of time anymore. Like they'd be willing to say, yeah, I'm going to make that commitment. Not that you would need people to, commit to the whole thing, but it would sure help. The one thing, man, the one thing that would really make all that just spectacular is if they could somehow figure out player housing, guild halls. I mean, I know that, I don't know much about programming. I know that would be a technical nightmare, I'm sure. That would be the one thing. Like all this plus stuff, yeah, it's all neat. But man, if you could get player housing and guild halls, that would make people, that'd be like object permanence. People would feel like there's something I can always go back to. And that would really inspire people to remain committed. I don't know. Anyway, what's your insight? Do you have any insight on this? Let me know in the comments.